My name is Luna, and a fairly messed up thing has happened around my campus. Somebody had killed the campus security dog. In a gruesome way, apparently. I'm trying to stay out of this, but even in class, my mind seems to be wandering to that night. That boy, mysterious, just standing there. Who was he really? And that note about the dog. Did he hurt that dog? That would be bad. But I'm not sure if it's true. If it is, then he is very dangerous. Class was over, and as I was walking outside the classroom, I noticed he was there too, walking in front of me. Again, I saw him taking a turn and heading into the staff-only door. I don't know why, but I decided to follow him. What could he be doing over there? I opened the door and looked inside. A long, empty, half-dark hallway with a few open doors. I went inside and tried to look around. I tried to hear him, but I couldn't. My body was resisting, but I slowly went further, step by step, until I realized that going back was going to be more difficult. I came to the first open door and looked inside. It looked like a few dusty couches, and the room was dimly lit. It was also so quiet here compared to the busy college hallways. It felt kind of off. Maybe I should just head back. Rosie might be waiting for me. I turned around and my heart almost fell out of my chest. There he was right in front of me. He was looking right at me and I couldn't move for a second. He was also in the doorway, so I couldn't leave. He just stood there and looked at me. "Did you follow me?" he asked and smiled. "No," I said. "I was looking for the restroom." He smiled again and looked at me. "Actually, I come here sometimes," he said while turning around. "Because of this room," he said while walking into a different room. The room had also some dim lighting but was filled with bookcases and a few chairs. "Is this some kind of old library?" I asked.
This is where the school keeps all of its little treasures.
When I looked, I saw some impressive books. First editions of Frankenstein, Moby Dick, the Book of Kells, Newton's Principia Mathematica, Freud's Die Traumdeutung. I read out loud.
That one is in German? I don't know if you can speak German.
German? No. Spanish, English, and a little French. I said I don't know why I was telling him that.
It's fairly good. French, you said. I think you will like this.
It was a first edition of The Count of Monte Cristo in French, as it was published in a Parisian newspaper in 1844. I couldn't stop looking at it. This had always been my favorite book. I was in full awe. How could he have known it? But are we supposed to be here? Are we supposed to touch these?
In Civilization and Its Discontents, Freud writes about how civilization restrains our instinctual drives, but also how these drives are necessary and can be destructive when repressed.
So no, but yes, he said and smiled. I wasn't sure how to react. I didn't want to get in trouble. But I couldn't put this book down. I started reading it. After 10 minutes or so, I realized where I was again. The dog mystery had still not been cleared out. For all I know, this boy could be dangerous. It had something comforting, though. He was sitting on the floor next to the window, reading something complex. He didn't look very threatening. Suddenly, there was a sound in the hallway. Footsteps. The boy got up and made a sign that I should be silent, and he slowly walked towards a smaller, darker closet in the back of the room. I followed him carefully. I stood in front of the small closet room, but I doubted. Maybe I shouldn't be here. But he took my hand and pulled me next to him. The closet was really small. He made another sign to be quiet. We heard footsteps going around the hallway. It must be a security guard. Meanwhile, I was close to the boy in the small closet. Our faces were close to each other. He looked me straight in my eyes. I felt the adrenaline. Part of me thought this was perhaps silly. Maybe I should make a sound, step outside, say I made a wrong turn to the guard and just get out of here. But another part of me didn't want to move. I felt his warmth radiating, his breath on my neck. He was standing there so confidently and strong. I felt weak. I couldn't move. I didn't want to move. A part of me felt like I surrendered. I hadn't experienced that feeling before. Maybe this is what a lamb feels standing next to a lion, just helpless. For several minutes, what seemed like forever, we held this position. We were both quiet, listening to the footsteps. At some point, the footsteps seemed to walk away, and we heard a door open and close. Still, we didn't move. Slowly, I tried to regain my composure. "I think he is gone," I whispered. But the boy stayed there, still close, and then suddenly relaxed and got out of the closet space. I tried to breathe deeply and found myself again. Where was I even? I had just lost myself for a moment. But enough. I should be stronger. "He is gone," the boy said. "Obviously, we shouldn't be here." "What if we get caught?" I asked. He didn't answer and got back to reading. It seems he really loved those books. I also felt enchanted by these treasures. I went a bit further and noticed even more books. These seemed of a more darker theme. These were all obscure, mysterious titles. The Codex Umbra, a book about rituals.
I recommend the third one from the left.
I looked and found the Swan's Grimoire, an image of a weak white swan together with a powerful black swan. The white swan had its neck down, seemed depressed and weak. It had a singular text, Canticum Obscuri Signi, in Latin. "Song of the Dark Swan," I said. "Yes," he said, and smiled. Then there was a sound on the floor above us, and I got startled. "I can't be here," I suddenly said. "I don't want to lose my place here. My parents worked hard to get me in college."
Do you think those professors can teach you more than these words? What else do you need in life?
To me, he didn't sound wrong because I've always had similar thoughts. But still, "What happened to the guard's dog?" I asked suddenly.
The guard's dog? He asked, surprised.
"Yes, you were there that night. And then that note. Did you have anything to do with that cruel act?"
Is that what you think? If you think I did it, then yes, I did it.
"I should go back," I suddenly said. I felt a bit trapped. I needed to clear my head. I went back outside, and instead of going home, I sat on a small park bench for a while. I took my phone out and was doubting. My mind was racing. Did he mean that he had killed the dog? Should I report that? Or didn't he? Why is everything around that boy so mysterious? Why does he need to be like that? He wouldn't be so mysterious anymore when the police is investigating him. But still, the way he said it, that wasn't a confession. And even if it was, that moment in the closet, I had never experienced that before, that feeling, that intensity. After a few hours, I just put my phone away and went back to my room. I was so tired. When I came in my room, Rosie was in her bed, on her phone. She said somebody dropped a box off for me. "A box?" I asked, and looked at the cardboard box on my bed. I opened it. Inside was the first edition of The Count of Monte Cristo, and that other obscure book, Swan's Grimoire. Inside, on the first page, was handwritten, "To my dark swan, from Michael." I guess I should have returned these. I was part of some illegal activity if I kept these. But a part of me was overwhelmed, the moment in the closet, the feeling I get when he looks at me. He was messing with my head. And now this. A gift? Or a curse? I couldn't think very clearly and read a bit of The Count of Monte Cristo and fell asleep.